What's up, guys? I'm here. I'm just trying to figure out the camera angle that I want or need. I was actually talking with the customer earlier and I had it set up, but I didn't know exactly where I was going to be on the camera angle that I was looking for. So, give me a second while I rig this up. Oh, I need my other phone. I was trying to have it all ready for us when we started the video. I'm looking for my other phone that I can see y'all's comments and stuff on. I've been back and forth through the back shop and the front, and I lost my phone. Well, I'm gonna have to use the shop phone to call my phone. Sorry, guys, I can't see the comments just yet. I'm gonna call my phone real quick. All right. Yep. So. Okay, so now my Amazon account is suspended, or they're going to suspend it due to unusual activity from Amazon Mozilla Firefox out of Taiwan. So now I'm going to call Amazon. I'm not going through that link just because I've seen too many times where it's just it's some kind of deal to hack your phone or something like that. So there's 20 of y'all on the channel. What's up? Let me get my thumbs up in there. Boom, got it. All right, so let's get the ads real quick. See who's on there. Toby, what's up? Dakota, Byron, C. Bayless, Steve Owens, CJ, Dangle, John, Zion, Daniel W., Joseph Abrigo, Homero, Hugo, Carl Moon, what's up, boss? Yes, I finally got me a tripod. Actually, I got me two of them just because normally I have one for here at the shop and I keep one in my truck so when I get a wild hair and I take off fishing or I'm doing something, I have one with me. Craig, what's up? Ray, how you doing? Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking it's a scam of some sort. But I do have to look into it somehow, some way, just because. Hold on. Check Cash App. Let's see. Dang Dang it. That sucks. Yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, I haven't dealt with PayPal in years, and they're telling me, oh, we got an update for your PayPal account, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I don't even deal with PayPal. So, just kind of deleted that one. I don't know. But, let's see. We got a Cash App real quick. Boom. Woo! Thank you, Cyril. Awesome. Hold on, let me call Jeff. I ain't gonna be able to do that. Hold on, real quick. Jeff, ready? No. He's on gone. Awesome. Thank you, Cyril, for that. Jeff is doing his last pour on the back right there. The cash is right there by the register up on top. And you already know what I like. Oh, man. And back there. Jeez. What is up with all the scammers, man? Get a real freaking job, guys. Like, why are you trying to steal money from us hard workers?
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that annoys me, We all work really, really hard for what we got, and these lazy POSs are just there to steal it from us. Who's ordering my Causeway also has some leaders. So what we do normally, guys, is we label our bins on both sides. So that way, if we're working on an order and we already got something pulled, we do a couple of things. One is we highlight our paperwork, letting it know that it is completed. So that tells us to look for the bin. And by putting it on there, we can keep our stuff semi-organized. So I wouldn't say completely organized, because with a bunch of different people working different angles, sometimes the gear used to get stored all over the shop. Like I'm up here working with leaders. The guys are working in the back with the weights and surf weights and stuff like that. So I'll pull everything I can for leaders over here, and then I'll take it to the back and find out where they have their gear staged. And just to kind of give you an idea, that's the order they have placed for us right there. The surf weights and all those different types of leaders and stuff like that. And as you can see on the highlights, that's the highlighted portion is they're completed, they're all in full. I've also taken a note, if I don't have it all completed, like they ordered 38 of those or 36 and only have 33, that means I got to build a few more to at least get the order out. So what I'm doing is I'm bagging up right now everything that I need for this order. So I'm going to start out with the 5-footers. What I went ahead and do is we created the same label for each of the different item numbers and stuff like that, because we used to have 4 different colors of coated cable. Actually, it was like 6 different colors of coated cable. However, before the coronavirus hit, we were rocking and rolling. We'd order about 10,000 to 20,000 feet of coated cable in 3 different sizes, from 135, 250 pound test, and 400 pound, and 600 pound. It was 4 different sizes. So we would get these monster sized spools of coated cable from them, which was awesome because, man, whenever we needed to build, say 50 liters, we'd cut enough cable for 200 liters. and blow up the wall real quick because it was there. Yeah, that's been a pain in the butt. And it was crazy because the last order or shipment that I had from them, I had a small balance because some of the cable was messed up, and so we went back and forth. They did everything. Now don't get me wrong, they did everything right on their behalf. But with all of that, I had to wait a little bit, and then we had some emergency deals, so I couldn't make the payment that week. But it drug on for like 2 weeks after that before I was finally able to make the full payment to him. And he goes, oh, by the way, once this gets settled, I'm buying the company out from him. This is still my number. This is still, everything can continue going on the way it has been because we've been doing a business for several years with them. And we've always come through, paid everything we need to pay, and ordered the amounts that we're ordering, which is crazy amounts, that basically any other company that we talk to will not even come close to what we were paying with them, and or the amounts. I mean, it's been crazy. So, but after all, we squared everything away. He said, give it a few weeks. Never heard back from them after that. Wow. And I'm telling you, we probably cleared 500,000 feet of cable from them within probably 6 months. Yeah, we were moving cable. We had spools of cable on the wall. We had tons of leaders up on the wall all the way around. I mean, we never saw this. This we would never see. There was always stacked of leaders because we had that much cable and an inventory in-house. But it's a whole new world, and we're doing what we can to stay on top of it. As you can tell, I don't mind getting my hands dirty, guys. I don't mind work. So right now I am going to be wrapping up my 5-foot leaders right there. I actually write in the item numbers now because we used to create labels for each specific color. But since we stopped getting that specific colors in cable, now I write in item numbers because we're going off the different colors of mono. So 1106 is supposed to be blue in the 5-foot. So I need to pull what I need or what I have. Ooh, I can't even use these. These are the wrong size of hook. Yeah, these are a lot bigger than our other hooks. Bigger, heavier duty. So yeah, those ain't gonna work. So I don't have any 5-footers available. So next one, I got 6-footers. I know are there. So 6 foot and 118 will be orange. So that'll be pink. I need 12 of these. 2, 4, 6, 8. I don't even have enough for these, but I'm going to pull everything I can for the order so that way I know what I got to make tomorrow. And that's going to be part of our situation right there. As soon as I get in tomorrow, I'll be making a bunch of leaders. So all the styles, whether Kingfish, I know I got to make the Kingfish rigs, the 3 J-hook rigs that y'all saw me the last time. So it's done. It's a lot of work. So in the big bags, these are 30-foot leaders right here, guys. Let's switch that over real quick. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors in the 400-pound mono. So it's 27 foot, a 400-pound test, 3 foot of 600-pound coated cable on it to our long line clip there. And actually on those, it was a process too, because we originally built them with the 6/0 swivel on it, the stainless steel 6/0 swivel. However, they've been on back order for about 6 months. So I finally just said, you know what, how much is the next bigger size long line clip for it? Because I didn't like the smaller ones. I didn't like them. They're still strong. They felt wimpy to me, so I didn't like those. Especially if we're going to be manhandling these monster-sized sharks that everybody is hooking into. So I ordered the bigger size, and I was actually able to order enough of them to offset the increased cost that they would have had for that size if I ordered less than 100. So yeah, it just gives you an idea of how many I'm having to order to keep our gear going and so forth. So doing that. Let's see. YouTube, Mondo, you have a blessed one, boss. Our church was actually going to be doing something, and I forgot. It was today. I think it's today that they were going to have a men's function where we can all meet up and just, network and stuff like that. And they used to have it on Saturday morning, and it would be like one one Saturday morning out of the month, or 2 Saturdays out of the month, and we would just go in there and just meet other men like us, you know, just looking for more guys in the right mindset of, you know, how we need the man above in our lives, for sure, and to be able to have other guys in our situations. And it's amazing, guys, you really don't understand how many people are in your situation, but nobody really talks about it. You know, that I guess that it's a pride thing. You know, a lot of people don't want to share that they may be in trouble or it may not be going 100% in their direction, but they have faith that the man above will take care of things. And, you know, I like talking with these guys because we get to share, you know, what's going on in our lives and just give each other, you know, support, and knowing that there's other people like us still going through the same thing we're going through. And it shows that not to give up, you know. If you get knocked down, dust yourself off, keep your head up, and keep working forward. So that's where we're at right there. Okay, I was trying to answer that earlier. I saw that comment, Byron. I wasn't ignoring you, but the everything else that going on right there, I had to deal with them in shop. Okay, so for me, I don't like shark fishing rods that are longer than 7.5 foot. The reason being, you got to think of a seesaw. You want to give that fish all that leverage over you? No. You want to, whoa. Bagging the wrong label here. I was supposed to be doing the 6-footers and I'm doing the 5. I'm glad I caught that now when I'm only 5 into it. So yeah, no, for us, I prefer 7.5 foot at max on length. One of the biggest things that a lot of people were going with, that they were saying they needed for a longer rod, was because they were trying to keep the braid out of the surf. However, if y'all actually remember when I was running my 130 and my 80s during a church function for another church that we went out there, and it was a guy's retreat kind of deal. Their fathers and sons were out there. I ended up getting cut off. So I towed my 130 T-Rex with the line, because I actually found it. So I threw my vest around it to try to catch it, you know, go back and look for it. But it was calm enough that I was able to take my phone with me. So I'm next to Bob Hall Pier. Bob Hall Pier is confirmed 1,200 feet long. So that tells you that's 3 football fields or 4 football fields, you know, in distance that I traveled out there. And you can still see the line in the water, and it was only a foot and a half, maybe 2 feet under the water's surface, which tells us that the line, the braid, even though I didn't have a big rack, literally I had the rods hanging out of the bed of my truck, that the line wasn't sitting on the sandbar. That's always been one of the, one of the theories, or one of the beliefs, that as soon as the braid hits the water, it sinks down and the sandbars cut it off. Well, that video showed you a good point of view showing that that is not true. The hollow core braid that we are using, it does not sit on the bottom and doesn't get, and obviously you can't get cut off on the 3rd sandbar if it's not even touching the 3rd sandbar. So that negates the whole argument of why you need a longer rod to keep your line off of there if literally I'm on the sand. I'm not in a big old rack to show that how that braid works to your benefit without using a long rod. Also too, for me, fight times. If you actually hear these guys talk about how long they fight a shark for, oh my gosh, hour, 2 hours long, come on. Like, it should not take you that long. Now, granted, my world record took me 1 hour and 15 minutes to pull in. You know what I mean? Now, on that note though, that was the first time I had ever caught a shark of that size using 100-pound braid. And yes, my top shot was 200-pound mono for 200 feet long, but still, that's not enough for you to be able to sit there and judge how much drag you should put on there, because the backing was over 1,000 yards in the water. So I fought that fish on 100-pound test line for over an hour on there, but only because I still hadn't learned or taken myself to that level, learning how much drag I could put on that shark while I was fighting it. So, yes, it took me a little longer than it does now. Now, I'm dealing with 130-pound test. I pull in a 13-foot tube from 1,800 yards out to the beach in 35 minutes. Now, granted, that shark was, missing a pec fin, so I would take that into account as to why it didn't fight as hard as it should have. But still, we've done 11-foot hammers, another 12-foot tiger. Now, my other 12-foot tiger from 600 yards out, still with 100-pound test line at this time, I pulled it to the beach in 35 minutes. So I really wouldn't recommend a long rod if you're going to be fishing any kind of avid. Now, the pen squalls, the Tiagras and stuff like that, then yes, I would say get a long rod. And only because those reels don't have the low gearing that the Avid does in torque and dogging down dead weight. Even if you're fishing an Emerald, those don't have the low gear that is needed to torque down on dead weight, especially if you didn't catch anything and you're pulling in my surf weights. They don't have it. You try to drop it down in low gear and it locks up. So the long rod, that's where that comes into play and will help you, because this is what you're going to be doing. Pull it and then you crank. That's where the long rod will help you. Other than that, I wouldn't recommend it for any kind of Avid, because the Avids, they've got the ability for low gear, dead weight pulling in your stuff, and also too, it enables you to fight your fish faster and get them in quickly without you getting wore out. So another prime example, my harness broke on me during that tournament, and I was carrying the 130 T-Rex. So I'm carrying the 130 T-Rex. The only thing I had was butt plate, but I fought that shark to the beach, rod and reel like this, and there's video of it. Y'all saw it. That helped me, get that shark to the beach in reasonable enough time to where I was able to tag, or not tag and release, but get measurements off of it. And even then, y'all saw it was thrashing about. So the fight wasn't very long for that. Now, had I been harnessed in, I would have been able to rock and roll a lot more, but yeah, my arms got tired, but lucky for me, I was working out at that time, so it really did help. Yep. So, all right, Oscar, you have a good one too. So, what's up, everybody? Edgar, John. So I hope that answers your question on that, Byron. The shark rigs that we do rig up though for our gear, it comes with a unibutt, roller guides, and they're 7.5 foot in total length. We like that setup because it helps us ensure that, like I said, we are able to put the amount of torque that we want, that the reel is enabling you to do. So going with the longer rod, I think, will just negate the whole reel situation, and you end up, you're torquing down like this and the rod is bowing and bowing. And then you say, well, there's other rods that are broomsticks out there. Yeah, but what's the fun in that? It's all straight like this, 10 feet against you. So think of the seesaw. All that pressure is against you. You got 8 foot this way, and you got 1.5 foot this way, or 8.5 this way. You know what I mean? You don't have a lot of ability over the fish. The fish has it over you. So that's the only portion right there that I'd have to say. Oh, nice. Somebody got dinner. Well, we got some drinks over here that were supplied by Mr. Sorry, guys, I'm real bad with names. God, I feel like crap right now, guys, but I'm sorry. It's been a long, long day. I got lost after I saw that. I was like, yes, it's here. So, let's see. Yeah, CJH. Okay. Also, too, we've been having our winners call in. They're giving us dates and time, or dates that they're available for the land-based shark fishing trip. So I'm looking forward to that, and we will definitely, as soon as we can get them set up for that, we're going to do it. Now, here's the real big deal. I know in September is Captain Eric's biggest month for going land-based shark fishing. So I've got to see what days he has available in that month Because I know one of the shark fishermen said that he cannot make it this month because he's got too much involved or too much going on right now. So I need to get with him and find out what days are available next month if he hasn't already had it all booked. So I know for sure that he's got a lot of repeat customers that come in during that time frame. So I got to see what the deal is with that. Because I found that out today and I've just been swamped with everything I got going on here. Your wife was loving that 130, bro. She was manhandling that, no worries. So we definitely got to get her out on some big sharks pretty soon too. So also too, since we are doing the shark fishing trip, yes, they are allowed to bring somebody with them for it. However, again, we are going to be concentrating on the winners to get them on the sharks because that's what it's there for. You know what I mean? Now, if they are willing, because obviously if we're catching shark after shark, we are going to trade off between them, and they all take turns. Now, if they're willing to forgive their time with catching a shark, then I'm okay with that, and I wouldn't see any difference in the other shark fishermen, having a problem with it either. But I'm going to try and make it as fair as possible, and inviting as always. We're going to be learning and sharing a bunch of knowledge, and definitely taking it from there. So. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, we got an issue.
They didn't have any?
Now, the lady says some dude in a beard that always fishes grabbed the last case.
That was like a week ago.
Yeah.
They have not brought, oh man, I have to go over there. They said they got a new lady that works the delivery truck for them and stuff.
Yeah.
And when I walked in there, he goes, man, I don't know. I told her that she needed to bring it. She hadn't brought it. I said, man, tell her she's fired. But thanks a lot, guys, and yes,
Thank you.
Still Budweiser. Yeah. So, and also too, guys, we do a payment plan for the Avid. So whether you talk to me or you talk to Jeff, let us know you'd like to do a payment plan. We try to keep it within 90 days, but we know how life is, but just keep us in the loop. And even if you can't make, say you say $200 a month, and you have to drop down to $100 a month, we're understanding. Just call us, let us know something. Whew. Yes, that was good. That was delicious. I need to get some bigger koozies made, the longer ones for the big boys like that. Yeah, I definitely do. All right. Salute, cheers, guys. Yep. Oh man, it was sick. You notice I kind of didn't want to put it back down for a minute. Yes, sir. Definitely going down good after a long day. And we're still going on. It's just going to make it a little more fun. Alright, so now that we did with that, so it looks like I'm going to have to build a few colors of this because I don't think I have 12 of each of the 3 different colors they're looking for. But having 8 instead of none is actually a good thing. But obviously, right now I know I've got about 200 pieces of the coated cable cut already. So even when I go to cut the mono, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm not just going to build 8 liters, just to fill this up. I'm going to build probably 10 of each, so I can at least put something back on my wall. I don't like them bare like this. Even if it's just at least 1 or 2, at least, my guys here in the shop can also get it set up that way and stuff like that. Yeah, no guys, we obviously when we set up the payment plan, we try to follow along with what other stores do and stuff like that, but we are a mom and pop shop, and life hits us too, so we are totally understanding on that. Now, when it comes down to the final payment, when we know you're gonna make the final payment, if we don't have the reel in-house, we have it on order. That way it's already in movement to get here. So when the final payment is made, the reel is waiting for you. Now, if we know that it's been a while for that color to come in, we'll probably have the reel placed on order already. And then as soon as it comes in or is available, then we'll let you know. And normally that's when we'll tell you that's when you can make the last payment. That way, you know, you ain't paid up in full and still waiting on a reel. Now, granted, it hasn't been as bad as it was last year, but definitely, you know, we'll work with you guys. So, all right, so that takes care of that one. So 116. So now I got to build 6 more liters for the 116, which is the black. 118 was pink, and now I got to do the blue, which is 114, and I don't have. Oh yeah, I got blue there. I got it right there. So. Oh, sorry, wrong one. I was like, why is there only 4 in there? It's got already bagged up 8, and it's 114, not 118. What I'm talking about is the item numbers here, right there. That corresponds with the color that's over here. So that way, when our stores get them, they know what item number it is, because, like I said, we created the labels the same way, but we have different item numbers for each different color. That helps us know which are our bigger sellers and stuff like that. But all of our colors sell. It ain't just one or the other, but it's awesome because now it opens the door to people wanting to buy more different colors of our leaders and stuff like that too. So definitely a great thing right there. All right, Ray. Yeah. We will definitely, like I said, you know, when you're able to and we're out there, you're more than well invited to come out and check us out, right? It's all good. Definitely want to get out as much knowledge as we can. Obviously, if we are out there doing our own thing, you know, and it's not tournament and y'all want to come and check us out, fish with us, we are okay with that. For cast outs and stuff like that. Big rigs is another thing too, because normally we're loaded down with the big rigs. But, you know, it's open beach, and, you know, we encourage y'all to say what's up, say hi, stop by, maybe have a beer with us, or, you know, do a cast out. Now, during tournaments, though, you're more than well invited to join us at our camp, but we wouldn't encourage you to fish because we are in a tournament, and, you know, fishing that spot and fishing against us is kind of what it would be, and we're there to try to win, you know what I mean? So now if we group up with y'all and you're spotting this and that's different, you know, we intend to fish together. So there is a difference there, guys. Now, let's see real quick. Okay, the 7.5 foot rod is completely built with the Unibug rollers and stuff like that. Yes, you can get those commissioned through us because we don't carry them in stock right now. We are about 7 or 8 rods shy of catching completely up with all the rods that we had, you know, for the Team Hard Life that were behind on our schedule because of everything that happened. So you're still looking about a month and a half to 2 months before you can get the rod, though. So just a heads up on that, guys. Kind of what I was talking with the other customer this morning. You know, he wanted to have a rod built, and I had to give him kind of the same time frame because I know we have different rod builders than other shops, but that's still kind of where we're at. We're going to take care of the guys that already prepaid for their rods first before we complete any new orders. Yes, sir. Yeah, I used to have Shimano pins, Newells, Abu Garcias. Uh, shoot, I still had the push button Zebcos in the collection. And now I don't fish any of them just because I know what these Avids can do and what I'm trying to do. And obviously it's every leader that I go out there with. I want to try and catch as much fish as I can within that time period on each leader just to push it to the limit, you know? And if I'm sitting there fighting one fish per hour and I'm only out there for a 5-hour trip, well then that means I only caught 5 fish. But does that mean I caught all 5 fish on one leader? Probably not. Because no, as y'all can see, whatever pier I go to, I'm going to take the maximum amount of allotted rods per person for that pier. So definitely 5 fish may come off of 5 different rods. It won't ever come off of one. Now, if I'm out there for a 24-hour trip and I have those same 5 rods and I'm trying to catch, 5 fish per hour on each of those rods just to test all the leaders. Because when I go out there too, I don't just grab all one color. I'll come and grab multiple different colors just to, for quality assurance, guys. I'm going to test every single color that we have all the time. So definitely a cool thing. Cool deal. When is Sharkathon? I have not been able to keep up with that, so I don't know. Now I need the mini casting. And certain colors, no, you get to pick what colors you want, because it's up to 3 colors that you can pick per rod at the initial cost of it, depending on which rod or depending on which kind of wrap you want and stuff like that. Most of those, the generic ones are the diamond wrap, the chevron and stuff like that, which still look pretty awesome on there, but some people may want to step up to like a Thunderbird or a fish wrap or something else that's completely different. That's when the price goes up. So 3-way short mono. All right, so do I have any of them? Yes, I do. Well, yes, I do. All right, let's step this way, guys. My surf weights for my 3-pounders is empty. Oh no, that's not good. All right, let me grab these levels and move over here a little bit. All right, hold on, drop my marker. Oh, that tastes so good. Thank you again, CJ, for that. So, casting circle hook. That is this leader right here. So I think we have enough of those. We only need 12. This may be the first one that we actually have all of them that we need. Just gonna count them out. The other thing too, you'll notice, guys, that yes, we have, they're only requesting 12. You see how we have them staged here? And the reason for it is because monofilament has a line memory system. Hold on real quick. October 14, 16 backup weekend is November. Well, yeah, we should have the rod by then, because right now they've got to build a few more cast outs, a few more of the big rig shark rigs. I want to say it's a very, very good possibility to have it by then. I know that they are also in the same mindset as we are, that we want to have all the rods done before Sharkathon, because they know that's what everybody's gearing up for. So I know they will go into overdrive or hyperdrive to make sure that those rods get completed by that time period. So I need a board. Hold on real quick. What? Some leather hates you, Jacob. No, that can't be it. Anyone have it that we were talking about earlier? Do you have the price list for them? I do, but I did not print it out. We would have to see which one you want. So the best thing you can do, if you want any of those Avets off that the list that I showed y'all earlier, please call the shop at 361-334-2171. That way you can talk to Jeff in person and or me if I'm not live, and we can get you the price for that reel. So that way we can also get your name down and everything that we need to make it to get that purchase going. And we would like for it, you know, if you can do it soon, because we're going to place an order so it can come in with our next order. And also ensure that, you know, if those reels only had a couple left, that we can reserve them with placing the order. So that's just a heads up for that, guys. Also too, if y'all happen to order any reels from us right now, I'm doing a $10 or 10% discount off your braided line with the Cortland braid. I haven't set it up with Tightline yet, but I'm looking forward to that. So with any pre-orders that we have to order the reel, and it has to come in from Abbott for, you know, y'all bearing with us and allowing us to order the reel and get it all in. Because obviously when we order reels, if we order you know, quite a bit of them, it helps on shipping. So that increases our ability to make a little bit more money and spread out the cost of shipping reels to us, because then it's spread out over, you know, 50 or 100 reels versus 5. So that's why I'm offering that, because that will help us order more reels, get them in-house, and then, you know, hopefully make a lot more customers happy. So definitely like that idea there. So oh man, 3 needles. Oh. I've been there one day, sitting there splicing reels, splicing around. A needle after needle was just breaking on me, and that was a bad day. You know, $25 needles kind of deal. So the Team Hard Life casting rods or the big rig rods? Oh, okay, yes. So, I was starting to talk about it here. Um, when we buy our spools of line, we try to get them in the biggest amounts that we can at that time. Normally, we'll get at minimum 10,000 feet of, say, one size of one color, because we can get it in, the 5-pound spools or the 25-pound spools, and it's big, so they come in a big old circle. So when we do hang them up, they'll look like this at first. However, after a while, they'll start getting real straight, and that's what we want. So that way, when our customers buy them and they go and cast out, they open up the way they're supposed to. Now, if you're storing them in real small containers, they're going to pigtail on you, and you don't want that. What it ends up doing is your leader tangles up on the way down, and it works against you. Then your leader's all tangled up. So that's what I was kind of getting to earlier. That's why we don't have any of our leaders backed up while they're here in the showroom, unless it's a small monofilament leaders like the double drop drum rigs, the Jack Crevalle, the redfish rigs, because all of those are, they're small leaders. There's not really a whole bunch for it to bundle up on. But when you start getting into the bigger leaders, when you're casting those and they come together and they have that spring-like effect, because the mono is so strong, it tangles all up, and you really don't want that. All right, so the casting rods with the UMC colors, you would have, they are $4.99 for the casting rod for that. You can pick also too between Tackle Industry and or Vexen rods. That's the other thing too. We're about to, once we get caught up with all the rods that we need to build for all of our pre-sales, we're going to start building those other rods for our testing, so we can actually carry our own hard life bait and tackle blanks. So they do have a parabolic bend like the Harringtons and Hornells. That's what I'm being told. Now, obviously, I have to test it. So I already told one of the rod builders, who's real old school like me, that he helps me build those rods. I'll give him one of those blanks so he can go out and test out too, because he does a lot of wade fishing, but he also likes to put a lot of backing on when he fights his fish and bring them in quick. So as for that, that's where we're kind of at. So on the big rig leaders too, I'm going to kind of show you. Yeah, should I show you? All right, I'm going to show you how I got back from my last shark fishing tournament, and that way you understand this is being as real as it gets, guys. So even when I don't have a big old bag or anything to store my big rig leaders, that's how they are. That's a 2.5 gallon bucket. So you can kind of see how I coil them up. I keep them in big coils. That way when I go and deploy them, I don't have them all pigtailing on me and stuff like that. So that is kind of, you can still see the sand all over everything right there. Yeah, I didn't rinse anything off because when I got in, I was extremely tired. But that kind of gives you an idea right there of what goes on when I get my big rigs back. Now this is 700-pound mono right there, or 650. I know I got them in both right there. The reason I like the heavier mono like that is because when I go and grab the leader, I know I've either been throwing the cast net or, in the water waiting, and my hands are soft because that's what happens when you have them in the water. So I don't have a chance of worry of being gloved. Even with 400-pound mono, I've seen it where it cuts into people's hands. I've seen a guy actually, he got gloved where the top end of his skin got pulled off like this. Yeah, I don't want to do that. But with the 400-pound test right there, every person that buys them, if I ain't already told them, I normally tell them, take a pair of gloves, so that way when you go to handle this leader, you don't have to worry about that. Or you spend a little bit more and step up in the size of mono of the leader that you do get for that reason. And no, I have not even gotten a chance to downspool those reels to respool them, but I'm going to have to do it now because they want a shark fishing trip. So I most definitely will have to get that done for this event. Okay, and now we're doing 3-way short. Do I have any 3-way shorts for the big black drum leaders? No, I don't. Okay, so I gotta build all of those. Well, okay, so, yeah. But these, I did have all 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of the big black drum leaders right there. So that will get bagged up. I'll annotate on my paperwork here that we have that, and that way I know that was Casting. I like that. All right, so got a lot of leaders to build. I got to build the 2 ounce trout and flounder rigs. I got to build 36 of those. The 1 ounce, 48 of those. 3 of the ½ ounce and 36 of the 3/4 ounce right there, as well as 12 of the 200-pound 3-way short big black drum leaders, the coated cable casting leader right there, and then a couple of each of those right there. I think 6 is the most I have to build of each of them, but that's probably 24, maybe 30 liters that I got to build, and all 36 of those. So I'm gonna have some fun, guys. So. Oh, yeah. Now that's one order. Let me check the other order real quick, guys. Oh, dang it. Oh, big time party foul. Oh, man. I had a chair down here, and as I was putting the tray down there, the other one that I didn't pay attention to, it kind of slipped on my hand and it hit my beer off the chair. So now I got a mess to clean. Give me a second, please. Big time party foul. Can't believe I did that. All right, now let me go get the other invoice real quick. All right, so I'm back. Okay, an 80 wide and rod run. I would have to check out the new pricing on them. I haven't memorized it off of hand. And are you wanting it spooled up as well? If you are, how much braid do you want it? Because there's level with the spool, below the spool, or overfilled. Those are obviously, you pay by the yard. And with that, I could probably still run the 10% discount on the braid since it's an Avid we're ordering it, and since I'm offering it for the other reels, I'll see why don't I just do it all the way across the board. Yep.